Story Corner, presented by Jennifer. Who did Detective Davis suspect? Larry was Davison's suspect. He implied that he loved birds, but kept his own in a filthy cage. On questioning, Larry confessed to killing his wife because of her disdain for his art. He told the detectives he buried her body in the woods and had to stop the expansion before it was discovered. Okay, for those of you who deduced right, very good job. For those of you who didn't, well, you got another chance to try and figure out who the suspect is in this next mystery. Luncheon Larceny. Detective Angela, it's Lydia from 3B. Come quick, there's been a theft in my apartment. What's been stolen? Angela asked calmly. My grandmother's antique diamond brooch. No, Mr. Whiskers, the woman cried. Quit howling at Bella. She's our guest. I'm sorry, my cat, he doesn't like my visitors. Can you come down? I'll be right there. A minute later, an amusing scene greeted the detective. Mr. Whiskers, a fluffy black cat, was being restrained by his owner as he struggled to attack Veronica Parker, Lydia's sister-in-law. It isn't that I don't like him, Veronica's voice quivered. It's just he tries to attack my toes. She curled her feet up onto the couch. Lydia couldn't help but chime in. Actually, Veronica is afraid of cats, she insisted. Mr. Whiskers just wants to play, but she screams every time he comes near. Come on, she addressed the animal. Let's show Detective Angela where the crime took place. The officer nodded at the other two women sitting in the living room. As they passed the red-handed one, Mr. Whiskers hissed. That's Bella, Lydia explained. Mr. Whiskers doesn't like her because she has two dogs. He can smell them on her. He doesn't really care about Daphne. Here Lydia pointed to an obviously amused brunette. In the bedroom, Detective Angela saw two cat towers, a myriad of toys, and a well-loved cat bed. There, Lydia pointed to the dresser. I left the brooch right there while we were having lunch. While the detective looked behind the pieces of furniture, Lydia put the cat down on the floor. Detective Angela pulled out her notebook. I saw trays I saw tray tables in the living room. Is that where you all ate? Lydia picked up a cat wand and began to casually swing it as Mr. Whiskers swatted. Yes, you may laugh, Detective, but we're having a sort of bad habits club that meets here every month. Both Veronica and I are overeaters. Bella was a compulsive gambler, and Daphne a shopaholic. We find that by banding together, we can overcome our vices. And the brooch? It must have been taken while I went to the kitchen to prepare the fruit salad. I closed the door. I didn't want Mr. Whiskers to jump on the counter. I put him in here with the door partially open, but my guests were free to use the restroom, go to the den next door, or stay in the living room. You didn't hear anything? Not a peep. But when I came out of the kitchen to check on Mr. Whiskers, I discovered the brooch was missing. Moments later, Detective Angela and Lydia returned to the living room. Ladies, I hesitate to ask this, but I'd like to look at each of your purses, please. Detective Angela requested politely. All three guests looked mortified. That is an invasion of privacy. Daphne clutched her purse. My items are private, too. Bella looked stunned. Mine, too, Veronica agreed. Lydia, do you approve of this? Before Lydia could answer, Mr. Whiskers appeared. Veronica curled her toes up on the couch again, but the cat ignored her and headed for Detective Angela. As he rubbed his head on her leg, Lydia sighed. Oh, Mr. Whiskers, if only you could talk. You'd tell Mummy who took the brooch, wouldn't you? I think he just did, Detective Angela smiled. Who stole the diamond brooch? Tune in next time to the very last act for the answer.